is my honor as the mayor of the city of Martinez to speak to you today at this most solemn virtual occasion. Today marks 19 years since the world changed. Today, it is 19 years since we couldn't believe what we were hearing on the radio and the horror that we saw on the television news. The events of that day and the many days that followed will always be etched into my mind, and I'm sure in yours as well. The images of death and destruction on such a magnitude was unbelievable. The unthinkable horror of that day shocked us into reality and some into depression. We suddenly realized that an unknown enemy could destroy our way of life. Do you remember how your life changed in the days that followed 9/11? Do you remember how quiet the skies were with all the planes grounded? Do you remember wondering if more attacks would follow? But America and its people stood firm and pulled together. Through the suffering, the death, the heroism, the triumph, the people of America became one people as I never experienced before. We found strength in our tragedy and became stronger through it. We are here today to pay honor to those that died and those that gave their lives saving others. We are here today to remember those brave souls that stormed that cockpit, that rushed into those burning buildings, that dug for weeks through the debris. We are here to remember all of the innocent people that never knew what it was about to happen to them. Today we honor all that perished that day, to the brave firefighters, police, EMTs, and everyday citizens that disregarded their personal safety and did their job. Thank you.
Detail! Pull change! Move! Color guard! Move! Reason! Off! Order! Off! Dismiss!
Dear community, thank you so much for joining us today for our virtual 9/11 flag raising event. while we wanted to do this in person and live, there's issues with COVID-19, which is extremely serious, and we didn't want to bring people together under those circumstances. But at the same time, it's really important for us to reflect and remember the sacrifices that so many heroes made on September 11th, 2001. I remember watching that devastation on TV, and it was almost unreal. I remember it took a few moments for things to settle in and to understand the magnitude of the damage and the loss of life that took place on September 11th, 2001. The unbelievable loss of over 3,000 people in that event is really, it's shocking, and it's really hard to even comprehend. We lost so many good people that day, and we also witnessed some amazing heroic actions on the part of our police, fire, and EMS crews that really went in with purpose and discarded any thoughts for their own safety to save other people. And that's what I hope we have an opportunity to reflect on and think about. These brave public safety personnel really went above and beyond that day, and in spite of peril and some significant harm, they pushed forward to do the right thing. They did it without hesitation. They did it without concern for themselves, and I think that's absolutely remarkable. And we're fortunate that we have people like that serve our communities day in and day out. These attacks, they weren't just horrific in terms of the number of lives lost and the damage. They really shocked our sense of freedom. It was an attack on our values. It was an attack on us as individuals and as a nation. But I think the one thing that it did do was as a nation, it brought us closer together. It really had this profound impact on everyone in this country, and it really forced us to come together as a group and really look at this horrible experience, but come out stronger because of it. And I think that's what makes this country so amazing. That's what makes our nation so great. Is down to its very core. It's about people that care for one another. It's about people that are willing to step up put themselves in harm's way to defend other people. It's about being a good neighbor. It's about being a strong community. That all starts with caring about others. It all starts with doing the right thing, and our first responders, our public safety personnel, they really are the example of all the good that society has to offer. And I think that it's really worthwhile thinking about that and reflecting on it. Sometimes we don't realize the value that folks like that bring until we're in the middle of chaos or in the middle of disaster, and it shouldn't be that way. So as we all collectively think about the impact of 9/11, where we were then and where we are now, fundamentally I'd ask that you really think about all the good in our community and all the good in people and all the good that we share in this country. That's what makes it so great. And I think we're really fortunate that we're surrounded with good people that are well-intentioned and that are willing to stand up and serve in our communities, not just during times of devastation, but just every single day, just trying to do the right thing. And that has tremendous value, especially here in our community. So thank you for joining us for this event. Thank you for taking some time out of your day to remember all those lives that were lost tragically, and to also remember the amazing heroic actions that we witnessed that really exemplify all the great things that our nation has to offer. Thank you so much.